not watching Best for View TV.
Yo, it's your boy Ball Out Best from BestsPointOfViewTV today. And today, who do we have on the show?
Now you got your one and only Yah L.
Well, what's good, y'all? Thank you for doing the interview, first of all.
No problem, man. No problem.
All right, before we get into all the bullshit and all the drama, that's for me. Let's introduce yourself to the world. You feel me? Who are you? A little background about you. Who's Yael? Like, what's your impact?
I'm Yah L.
Mhm.
I'm from Compton, California. I'm an artist. Write, rap, sing, anything dealing with music. I have a song out right now by the name of Scandalous with Wally the Sensei and more. It's a West Coast classic. I think people should go ahead and check that out. Also, shout out my team. I got a record with a great artist by the name of Mike J. He's from Inglewood, along with one of my little homies by the name of C2 700, top ranked C2. Y'all need to go ahead and check them two dudes out. They hot too. So
Word. Nah, that's fire. That's fire. So let me ask you a question. Is this your first year rapping, or have you been doing this for a little bit?
nah, I've been doing it for a while. I've been doing it for a while.
So, what do you feel like with all the negativity that's help like bring some attention to your music with like the bullshit?
I'm not really. I mean, of course. I mean, it's going to be, my music is always going to be relevant to me, to the world. I mean, I shed light on the situation that was going on, and I am an artist. At the end of the day, I do music, so I think people would probably be guessing like, does he do music? Yeah, I've been doing music for a long time, way before the situation. But of course, I think it was going to bring some attention and attraction towards my music also, though.
Right. So before this, like, how many songs did you have out before? Because I'm only familiar with that one song that you just talked about.
I had a project that I was getting ready to put out. I end up scratching that project. I end up doing features for other artists. I did some time. I started writing. I was doing a lot of background work, and then after that song surfaced, the one that you heard, Scandalous, it was more so I had more people in my community around me telling me like, bro, you need to push as an artist, and I'm like, shit, all right, and so I just started taking the artistry shit serious also, but I've been on being an artist though. Was the same.
So let me ask you this question, right? Being that you're from LA, you feel me, and a lot of people come to LA for music and shit like that. You feel like as an LA artist, it's hard to make music and build your name, or is it more easier because everybody coming up to LA and everybody wants to tap in?
Well, first and foremost, I'm from Compton.
My bad. But
you good, bro.
Yeah, I'm from New York, so sometimes we look at all that as like the same thing, but I know the difference. I forget.
Nah. Shout out to all my LA niggas. Shout out to all my LA niggas that I fuck with, but I'm from Compton. But I think people come to California and they gravitate to LA because of the Hollywood scene, the big lights, the acting, the things of that nature, of the opportunity that presents itself. So I believe, being an artist from California and being from Compton, it's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard to get on the radio. It's hard. I think we have it a little bit rougher than a lot of other places. From my experience and from my understanding, people that come out here, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you come out here wanting to be an artist, man, you better know some people, and then on top of knowing people, your music better be hot. Right. You know what I'm saying? Your music got to be hot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it's a combination of a few things.
How far is Compton from LA, if you don't mind me asking?
It's not that far, but
it's like more than 2-hour drive.
Nah, hell no. It's close. It's just depending on where you're coming from. Yeah, it depends on where you're coming from. But like when it's traffic, it's a minute. It can take you 30 minutes, an hour. It just depends on where you're coming from. If you're coming from Long Beach, if you're coming from those areas, like it'll take a minute to get to Los Angeles. Los Angeles is real. The demographics of Los Angeles is real big. Compton is not that big. Watts not that big.
Word.
Long Beach is pretty big. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we're a city amongst the city. You know what I'm saying? We're a city amongst all of that whole, it's all county of Los Angeles, but we are our own city. Compton is its own city, like Watts is its own city. Like
Right,
you wouldn't hear
right.
me, like you wouldn't hear me say, "Oh, I'm from LA." You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, you
I'll be
gonna
like,
say
"No,
you from Compton, right?
I'm from Compton." Yeah,
Right.
you feel me? So yeah.
So how does the like the street politics play with the Comptons and the LAs and the Watts and shit? Y'all all like intertwined, or is that all like, all right, Compton business staying Compton business, LA business staying LA business, Watt business staying Watt business?
So when you look at it from a penitentiary perspective, I've never been to the penitentiary, but I've been to jail.
Right.
So when you look at it when you look at it from a penitentiary and jail perspective, you do have the different divisions of LA politics is LA politics, Compton politics is Compton politics, Watts is Watts politics. But in the county jails and in the penitentiary, Watts and Compton is combination. We're together.
Yeah, one.
We're one. And
Right.
Los Angeles is its own card, its own division because it's so big. It's so many hoods in LA, and their hoods are so big, you know. So it's way different demographic. But as far as like in the streets, yeah, you know, each community have their own certain politics. Like LA hoods got their own politics. Watts hoods got their own politics. Compton, Long Beach, etc. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So yeah, like in the streets, it's most definitely individual. You know?
Right. So a little scenario went viral a couple of weeks ago. It was you had a situation with Roddy Rich, right?
Correct. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
before that even got the clubhouse, how did that even get out there? How did that even get a Wack 100 ears or eyes or come to the attention?
Well, you know what? I don't know. You know, Wack. I guess he's seen, you know, the title of the room, and you know, he was hearing the conversation. He heard some of the things that were being said. He was agreeing of it, and you know, he put his 2 cents in on things.
Right.
And from there, the understanding came that Yah L cannot get a hold of somebody that is supposed to be a part of his community. So let me chime in and see if I can get the dude on the phone.
Right.
So that's how that came about.
So were you the first person to go to clubhouse with it, or what was the conversation? How did that even come about? Like how did you even get the clubhouse?
I was on Clubhouse networking with a few other individuals. Shout out to UOD, shout out to Hip Hop Trends. Them two rooms are some very great rooms to associate. Could you see me?
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, yeah. So those two rooms, I was back and forth between those rooms, and then I stumbled upon a room where I was conversing with a young dude, and he knew some of my homeboys.
Right.
And we was just chopping it up. And we was just chopping it up, and he was just asking me like, damn, bro, some real dudes, the real politics, you a real dude from your section.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, man, so we got to talking, and then he asked me like, man, what's up with Roddy? What's up with bro? And I'm just like, shit, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I don't even.
You don't conversate with him.
Nah, I don't talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Like I've met him years ago, but that meet and greet was the only thing. You know what I'm saying? We weren't hanging out. We ain't homies. Like we function every day. It was nothing like that. Through one of the interviews, if you would go back, on one of the interviews, one of Roddy's camp family members got on there and said, Roddy doesn't know people in the community like that. He only knows my family, which was the family that he initially knowing.
Right.
And that made sense. Everything he was saying made perfect sense. Like I don't know him I don't know him on a personal level. You know what I'm saying? For us to be from the same community, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? Like so.
So what did people do? Mad people took it as he was hating, he was trying to see he was from the hood.
Well, they basically were saying like, why wait this long to voice how I feel? How is he not from the hood when he got put on? And all these different things that were being said. And like I told dudes, bro, you got people that play positions in the community. And my position that I've played in my community is a position that people will look up to. And I look up to some of my younger homies, not look up to them, but I acknowledge them for who they are and what they stood on, the same principles that I stood on and elevated. So, by when I said that I didn't approve of the put on, because for me, I knew it was a business move.
Right.
And it wasn't for the love of the community, you being a part of a community that you grew up in, that you love. You know everybody. You didn't slept in an apartment. You didn't had long nights. You didn't, got fought for, went to jail for, and
Right.
got shot at for, and had a fight over it. It's just stuff that where you grow up and you have that deep attachment to it. Lost a loved one. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a deeper connection. It's a deeper meaning.
So you understand it was a great business move, but at the same time you felt like it was a fake move. Like he claiming stuff, and like if he was to run into a situation, they're gonna attack y'all name because that you're the team that's supposed to be backing him up, and you basically wasn't jacking that.
Right. So that's the whole situation for me. And on top of other things that was being said. So for me, being who I am and being a voice of the voiceless of my community and speaking for those who weren't able to reach out to him, like they could, or some people claim that they could have,
Right.
I was just doing my part. You know what I'm saying? I was getting calls in from dudes that been from the community way longer than me. And, we were having conversations and we just like, man, we trying to uplift the new artists. We want to uplift the kids and uplift a lot of things. And
so you faced a lot of backlash from your community, basically. A lot of people was not jacking it.
Nah, I mean, it wasn't that I got a lot of backlash, because at the end of the day, I stood on and I stand on what I've done. And,
right.
I don't think I've done nothing wrong, regardless of how anybody feel or what anybody say. I'm still standing on that. And as you can see, I'm still here doing what I'm doing,
right.
So at the end of the day, for those who don't understand why the internet took place, it was because, again, how can a person say they're part of the community and they don't involve themselves like they say they do?
All right, so let me ask you this question right here. You feel me? He might, like, you see this happen a lot of times. All right, because you seen with Soulja Boy, he was claiming the crew in Los Angeles. You see Chris Brown was claiming the crew in Los Angeles, and we know Chris Brown from Virginia. We know Soulja Boy from Chicago or Atlanta. One until I can't really remember off the top of my head, but they put the crew, the community in positions to win, right? Was Roddy Rich even doing that, putting the community in a position to win, or was he just not claiming it, not coming around, not doing nothing?
Well, yeah, that's the part we were talking about, the claiming it and not really affiliating yourself and doing the things that could have been done to elevate the people that you're rapping about. You know what I'm saying? So it was more so like, he was saying how he was looking out for certain individuals, in the interview, and then those people were calling my phone, their family members, and we're having conversations, and that's not what happened.
So he's basically faking the funk, basically what you're saying.
Basically, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, at the end of the day, be a man. Like, even in I had made a little record, a little diss, and it was just dissing the conversation that he didn't really give me. So I dissed that conversation and made a record about the conversation, just elaborating in detail how, you name dropping people and they ain't doing what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, stand on the things that you claim that you standing on, and we won't even be having this conversation. At the end of the day, for me, I ain't asking nothing of myself because I didn't want nothing from you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like because when I first heard the conversation, the way it was making it seem on YouTube, even like everybody else, they was making it seem like you just like a old hating ass nigga from the hood that feel like he should have put you on in a position. Well, that's how I seen from the outside looking in when you first look at it. But when you hear what you saying, like he's not even from that area, but he was claiming it for a come like, I don't want to say Tekashi because that's a strong name to use, but it's like he basically took Tekashi's way with y'all crew. You feel me? He got moved on. But I don't want to use his name though yet.
But it's because Tekashi told
that's what I want to say. Yeah, I'm not saying the random part. Yeah.
But the comparison and the contrast, the similarity and what differs is that, you kind
of went off the screen, bro. Oh, now you back.
Oh, here you go. Okay, my bad. The comparison and the contrast is this: they both did something by using the community. The only difference is Tekashi snitched, Roddy didn't snitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna put that in thing. Yeah.
But the thing about it is, when you use a community, it attaches itself with politics that comes with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And these are politics that were before you, way before you even thought about it. You know what I'm saying? I've been associated with my community for a long time, and I coach football, try to get scholarships for kids who play high school football, and just be more so of a motivator and a mentor in my community now, and being on, uplifting the youngsters that are in there now, because it's like the way the streets is playing out now is watered down. So I don't push no negative narratives on nobody that comes from or represents my community. But if you gonna rep my community and say you're a part of some things that you claim you are, you have to come and do those things that you claim. Like, nobody asked for money. If you listen to the conversation, it wasn't about give me some money. I said things like, that's not me. I'm standing as a man saying, when he said I didn't do for this person, I didn't do it for that person, I said that ain't me. It ain't me, because
Right.
you're saying that like you're referencing it, like I'm asking you to do it for me, and I'm not.
Right.
What I'm saying is that you have children that ain't seen you in years. You have, your fellow peers that you don't convey with, and they're asking like, "What's up with bro?" I don't know. First and foremost, I don't even really know the kid like
So,
that.
so let me
You know
ask
what
you a
I'm saying?
question. Did he completely separate himself from everybody from that community? Like nobody in his entourage is part of that crew, or
Well, I'll say this: there were situations where he was distancing himself from people. As time started progressing, it was more distance, more distance, more distance. And then when
right,
you looked up, he's not even really with the same people. Though there was him saying like, "Oh, I'm still with this person, I'm still with that person." That's because of the business behind why you are with these individuals.
right,
Meaning you have business deals that you still have to clear up. So of course you're going to associate yourself, but the genuineness behind it is not there. Being genuine is, oh, you want to be around it. Like, oh, we really fuck with each other. You
right,
out in the club throwing money, and the niggas you throwing money with, these ain't even none of the niggas you started off with.
right. So let me
You know
ask
what I'm
you.
saying?
So let me ask you this question. 'Cause, oftentimes you hear like, oh, you always hear stories as you elevate in life, you have to leave some of the people that you love behind to elevate in life. How you feel about if you were trying to take that route?
I look at it like this, man. When I hear things like that,
Mm,
money changes people. Money changes people, and it changes situations.
mm,
Now you got people out here who just use, and you got people out here who just really need genuine help. Now that comes from your own personal judgment to say, you know what? I know this person never asked me for anything. Let me just help them out. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, let me genuinely help them. And if I genuinely help them and they don't make good of that help, that's on them.
Right. What
Versus
what
the people.
what if a situation happened like that and he doesn't tell nobody? Because I mean, this situation is a perfect example. I don't know if you tuned into what Chief got going on or what happened in Chicago, but Chief
Okay.
was claiming a area called O Block or whatever the case may be in 300. Those is like two different hoods that he was claiming in Chicago.
Right.
He first was on the come up. He was bringing a lot of them niggas around, and then
Right.
according to internet, this is the reports that he said they allegedly stole from him. They did certain shit. He like the only way we knew about it because he made tweets about it and told niggas like the niggas I used to hang with, they stole this and that from me. Cause a situation like that could have happened with Roddy Rich, and instead of just bringing it to internet, he ain't a humble guy. He don't really talk too much. He just cut everybody off and separated like one bad apple spoiled it for everybody. You feel like
Well,
something
like I
like that could
said,
happen?
um, it's a few different. I've heard a few different situations that occurred. Like I said, I can't put concrete on any of it,
Right.
but by the actions that are being took, and by me knowing the certain characteristics of some of these people, I can see him distance himself away from certain people, but at the same time, he carries some of those similarities and so some of those characteristics. So I mean, it's like the apple don't fall too far from the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So if he did have a few bad apples around him, well, you got to understand. Like I said, I didn't expect nothing from somebody who didn't grow up in the trenches with me, who ain't really go through the struggles that what we went through. Now he probably went through whatever he's went through, but
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to edifying what the community is going through and what it's been through, and you trying to attach yourself to that, past, present, and future, that's a whole different narrative. That's a whole different ball game that you get yourself in. So him distancing himself from certain people, that's a possibility, but you know, he was already distancing himself from people that he didn't even know. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, shit, he didn't know me. He didn't know. It's a few other cats from the community that he don't know on a personal level, because, you know, that was his decision. And on top of probably people telling him like, oh, you don't want to hang with this dude. No, people just telling him narratives about people, and he didn't even give him a chance to get to know him himself, you know?
Right. So you feel like he didn't give a fair chance to everybody, like to even
Nah, he did. Nah, I don't. Me personally, I don't. Like again, like I said, there could have been a situation to where somebody got in his ear and told him, don't talk to him, for whatever reasons.
right.
And that took place. But then as he got older, he just genuinely didn't feel like he needed to because he didn't know us.
But you know what? You know how you just said people told him not to do that. When people get money, they start to feel like everybody around them changed. They don't know who to trust. So I feel like that's a situation where like he just didn't know who to trust. Again, y'all see, I don't really know him. So when he first came to the hood, you know, when you first come around, everything's all good. But when you start getting money and shit like that, it's like things start to change. People start to come around. People, you don't know if it's real or it's fake. You don't know if it's genuine. And he lit in LA. I mean, in Compton. You feel me? And he's like, and then again, is he one of the first artists to pop from your community?
Well, let me address the narrative of what you said. Him getting money on the come up. So him getting money on the come up, he didn't really hang around us. So, you know, we like again, that wasn't a fair look. You get what I'm saying? Like you came around when it was beneficial because of a family. You didn't come around because it was genuine.
Right.
Now he did mess with certain cats, but again, he stopped messing with those cats. You know what I'm saying? They were younger individuals. So again, all of that narrative, oh, he started getting money and you don't know who to trust. Well, how can you trust? You dealing with one family. You're not dealing with us. So how could you even equivalent us into that? You can't you can't put me, you can't put other individuals that are in my bracket, a little under me, a little over me, around his age. Like you can't say that because you didn't give us a fair chance to get to know each other. So I just need to address that because I feel like that what you said, I understand, but when you're only dealing with one family and you don't know us, how could you even think like that? You don't even know us. You didn't give yourself a chance to, but you chose to rep the community of all of these individuals. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, yeah, man, that's
it just didn't sit
weird.
well with you, right? It just didn't sit well with you. But
Nah,
later on, I don't know how many days went by. He later got on. He created Clubhouse himself, and he kind of was going back and forth with you on Clubhouse. Did y'all ever come to a resolution in this situation?
Nah, because it was, it was told that his camp, whoever he dealing with now, was notified not to converse back on Clubhouse, nor I guess with me. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, all right, but you claiming the community of where I grew up at also. So I didn't understand that. I don't even understand how another man can tell you not to talk to some people that you over here claiming their neighborhood and their community and you don't have to communicate. That's fine. I mean, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, bro, the truth is gonna come to the light, man. You know what I'm saying? Like truth always comes to the light, bro. No matter what you feel you don't have to do or need to do. Like I said, I never threatened that kid. I have text messages of me reaching out to him on a respectful level, and he basically ignored it. And I'm like, damn, if that's what type of time you on, all right, for sure, my nigga, we gonna holler. Meaning like I'm gonna see you in person one day, eventually, And I just want to see if the same mindset is what you have, because they say people change, they say people mature. I don't know, and it's hard to tell when you yelling and then you're not really making a valid point, and then you run off the internet. It just still doesn't make sense.
Seeing that you got like, I don't know, you got a relationship with Wack 100 or did you meet him on Clubhouse?
I don't really have a relationship with Wack. I know of Wack. I've met him once in person. It was a cool meet and greet. I didn't really know him like that.
Right.
But
I'm pretty sure he know who you are, and you probably got a way to get in contact with him. Do you feel like you would get Wack 100 let y'all have a sit down, or Wack 100 is very close to Roddy Rich, and and then he seems to be trying to like, you see, always trying to organize business with art people, like when they're having an issue and shit.
You know what? That relationship, like I said, I don't have a relationship with Wack. So by him doing what he did, I guess he just seen the fact that he knew Roddy.
Yeah, but I'm talking about off internet though, like on a phone call, because you see right now what Wack 100 doing. He got like, again, I don't want to say his name, but got the rat nigga doing business with other niggas in the industry type shit. He's the one sending that shit up. Or you had
Yeah.
Mimo doing shit with Chief Keef. Do you feel like if you was to get in contact with Wack on 100, he could put you and Roddy Rich on the phone?
I mean, he got us on the phone on the internet, so it's a possibility if that's something that.
Cause I feel like if you guys to handle this situation off internet, it'll probably be a way better conversation. Cause right now it's two men that got pride, and you know Roddy Rich is known as a Crip rapper, street rapper. Don't nobody want to lose their street credibility because the way y'all making it seem like he don't got no street credibility. And I was to get exposed to the industry that could fuck up his whole career. You feel me? Even you feel me? You might have some better shit to say to him. You can probably even go off on him even more because the whole world not watching now. And he might be
Well,
able to respect it.
This the thing, bro.
Mhm.
I come from the streets, bro,
Right.
and I'm gonna say this: you can't you can't take street cred if you never had none. You feel me?
But for the rap industry, you gotta have like, y'all kind of co-signing which gave him that street credit. I don't really know. I wasn't around. You feel me?
Well, like I said, like don't get it twisted. He had a respectable cat around him. You know when he was saying things like my uncle tried to run it up. That ain't his real uncle, but the dude he talking about is a real dude. You know what I'm saying? Like he a real dude. I can't take nothing from that dude. He was a real dude in his past, in his present. You know what I'm saying? And he really was about his life. About his lifestyle. So I can't take that away from the people that he mentioned. But he attached himself when he starts saying things like he was on the boulevard with the vets and all of that. I'm one of them vets, bro. Like I ain't no sucker, and I cannot stamp no sucker shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not out here clout chasing for no nigga. I don't need nothing from that nigga. You feel me? At the end of the day, be a man about what the fuck you say, my nigga, and stand on that shit. Because it don't look good, my nigga. You popping off at your mouth and you saying certain things and you not standing on that. That's the problem. Like, no disrespect to the industry, but the industry, some of these industry cats, they okay to be watered down because they say, oh, the real niggas getting shot and all that. No, it's let the real niggas speak. Like, get some real niggas in the industry and let them voice for the streets. Stop getting people that don't really come from that shit that try to speak for us. Like, they can't speak for us. Don't get it twisted. You can come up with a story and make that shit and it sound good and we bump our heads to it and go to the club and listen to it. But at the end of the day, we need people that's gonna really speak for the hoods the way we grew up and that really stand on the principles of not fuck. We ain't snitching. We ain't dealing with no pedophiles. We ain't out here beating women. None of that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? We ain't preaching none of that shit. So what I'm saying is this, bro. The industry wants some real music as far as, being attached to the streets and edifying what we've been through and things like that. Get somebody to really represent us in that light. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel about when people gonna say, all right, when Roddy Rich was first rapping, you guys were co-signing it, knowing that he wasn't a part of that life, but y'all was
co-signing? Well, bro, I again, bro, I didn't co-sign nothing.
Right.
I didn't co-sign shit. I didn't say, oh yeah, nigga, we gonna do that. Yeah, let him do. No, I didn't say none of that. I told him, don't gang bang, be a regular artist. We'll support you because you standing in your truth on that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm really from Compton. I'm a Compton baby. I lived on the east side, west side, went to all the high schools, elementary, fights, all that shit. All nigga, you name it, I've been through it. So I know what this shit brings. He don't know what this shit brings. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we live two different lifestyles. So when I lived the lifestyle, this shit was real. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's why my emotion for it is different than his emotion. So yeah, it was different. And I never was like, yeah, I'm a co-sign that shit. I never did that shit. Can't no nigga from my hood tell me I co-signed that. I didn't just because I showed up at a show because the homies was there or some shit. Nigga, I didn't co-sign none of that. And then when the nigga did go to a show, niggas was acting funny then. So I never, because they knew I wasn't co-signing that shit.
How come you the only person that's from that hood that's spoken up about it for real for that? Or that's
because I'm gonna say it like this, man. You got people that's on the, like I said, man, certain people, they look at him like, oh, he a homie. Certain, and I mean, at the end of the day, he is a homie because if you want to claim a little 3 second put on, bro, whatever. Claim that, whatever. Do what you got to do. You got certain people that feel how I feel, but they're not gonna say nothing. And then you got people with their hands out. Then you got people dick riding them. You got all that shit going on. All that shit is going on, bro. Motherfucker could be fake as fuck, snitch, rapist, all that. And they'll still listen to their music. They don't give a fuck. They just happy to be, they fucking starstruck just to be around a nigga. I don't give a fuck about hanging around no nigga. I don't care about none of that. But at the end of the day, you got some grown ass men out here who be like, I was around such and such. Okay, what did that, you being around him, what did that do for you? Did that elevate your business? Did he reach out to you and want to help you? Did he, like, what, you just happy to say you was around him? Like, I don't understand that shit, my nigga.
Word.
Like,
now,
so
we about to get off that topic, but being that, all right, so what HUD exactly, I mean, what community exactly was you guys claiming? Like, what's it called?
Well, I grew up in a community. I grew up in Compton, but I ended up living and growing up in a community by the name of the New Wilmington Arms, also known as Park Village.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a Crip-based community. And, you know, it goes by the names of the Yajeks or Yampton, California. Instead of Compton, we put the Ya in front of Compton and we call it Yampton, California. So, yeah, that's the community I attached myself to when I was 12 years old. Growing up, I lived up in there as a child growing up, moved out, got older, moved back in there. So I spent a lot of time in my community. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, all right, what other artists coming from that area are like on the verge? Do you think they got a chance to be mainstream? They got a chance to blow up?
Who got a chance to get, like, right now? There's some young cats by the they go by Twin Gang, Shooter Gang. They call themselves Twin Gang, and they have a very high opportunity, man. Shout out to them dudes, man. Hopefully they make the right decisions, the right business decisions. Make sure they read over them contracts and all of that good stuff, man. But
so you're saying this right now because we don't want to hear it in a couple months. People say you saying they not from the hood. You co-sign they from the
hood. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Them my little homies, man. Right. Yes, man. Twin Gang, Shooter Gang.
Twin Gang, Shooter. All right, so I'm gonna go check them out. I'm gonna tap in.
Go check them out. Check out my it's another youngster by the name of Top Rank C2. I got a song with that cat. He's from my community also. He got some real dope music. You got Terrence Cash. Shout out to Terrence Cash. He's another dope lyricist from over there.
I'm asking this question because I just want people to hear, like, since you saying Roddy Rich not doing a good job representing your neighborhood, we're gonna give the people that really like got a chance, because you know they're coming in for negativity, they coming here to Roddy Rich situation, but here's a chance for other artists from that neighborhood that could really rap or they got a chance to be mainstream to get their names mentioned. So I just wanted you to mention everybody you think they got a chance, so when the niggas see you in Parkville, they go look up these names.
Man, shout out my nigga Kookaloo, man. He in the feds right now. That nigga finna come home, man. Shout out to that nigga. That nigga dope as fuck. He got a cold style. I mentioned him in my new up-and-coming record called 2 C's. He's one of my little homies, and he's dope as fuck. So he gonna come home pretty soon, and then hopefully when he come home, he press his foot on the gas, man, and go up, man. He's another dope artist. You got Asia. She's a female. She goes by the Prince of Compton. She's been on the rise. She had a hit record by the name of Time For It. She's been doing her thing also. So you, like I said, man, you got a lot of artists from my community, not just myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of artists that really got talent, you know what I'm saying, that can really do a great service and allowing that platform to be used. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I included myself is because a lot of the artists from the community, they heard the old music of what I've done and how I can write and how I structure songs and things of that nature. And they like, man, you dope as hell. Like, you need to be on right now. Right. So that's encouragement coming from the younger generation and my generation and the generation over me. Like, when you hearing it from everybody in your city and you hearing it from niggas that you've been knowing and not knowing, and people hear songs of you, your old music, and be like, damn, bro, you was doing this back in the day. Yeah, bro. Like, it's just, you don't get a fair chance because of the business antics behind this shit. Right. You get what I'm saying? So you cut out all the bullshit business and you really give a person a fair chance, man, this shit can go beyond the stars, man.
Right.
And you
Even
could really help the community, you know?
even though you guys say Roddy Rich wasn't around, you guys like being when he was on the ride, did you guys learn a lot about the business and shit and how you guys can maneuver for you, not only you but the next couple of artists coming out of the Park Village?
Well, I learned the things that I learned about the business because of getting a bad contract and things of that nature. So
Right.
I learned the knowledge, the little knowledge that I obtained by getting a lawyer, having them go over it, um, asking to revitalize contracts, just understanding the verbiage
Mm-hmm.
in those contracts, man. Being young and hungry and ambitious is a great thing, but when you're that way and you don't understand the language and the wording in those contracts, that's where the artists fuck up at. That's where they mess up. That's where they blow it. Or not even, they don't blow their chances to get in the industry, but they blow them chances of getting a better situation.
Right.
And I always hear people say your first deal will be your worst deal. Well, that's not true. I really feel that there are some cats in the industry, and I'm only giving credit where credit is due, that I've heard that it's some industry cats at labels, A&Rs, good A&Rs, good representatives and executives that will sit down and hear you out and give you a good deal. But you got to have your shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you just got to have your shit together. So I don't look at the industry as a whole as saying like, oh, the industry is just fuck everybody over. I can't say that because I can't speak for those people. I don't know that.
Right.
I only know what I know. And like I said, I wasn't dealing with the industry when that deal was being brought to me. I was dealing with cats that were in the realm and that was dealing with industry cats and dealing with labels. So I can't speak for the industry as a whole because that'll be me falsifying things. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, you might have artists that are in the industry that speak out. That's because of their experience and they're just giving you their perspective and their warning. But if you come, I believe that this is the thing I believe. If you got your music is dope, and you got your community, and your community is behind you, and people support you, I really believe that some people in the industry will hear that, see that, and say, you know what? We're going to do something different. We're going to push this guy. We're going to give this guy a fair chance. Let's see what he can do. Let's XYZ these things so we can ABC how this turns out. I really believe that. Now, if that's not true, then that means the industry is a lie, right?
Right.
But I don't believe everybody is just horrible, bad business people. I don't believe that. I believe there are some people who will hear this and hear the genuineness in my voice and say, you know what? That cat makes a lot of sense. Let's see what these artists, let's see what this artist, let's see, let's see what Yah L got to say.
Right.
Let's see, because at the end of the day, bro, it's about business. It's really about business. You know what I'm saying?
And
so
it's about who you know too, basically.
Yeah, so I feel like if we can really do some business and I can make you $1 million and you can make me whatever I can get, why not do it?
Right.
Why not? Like, I don't see what the big deal is. Like, their whole thing is to tell the story of the voiceless and let's make some money. That's what I'm thinking. If not, then let me know something else. But that's the positivity that I got going into this thing. And like I said, hopefully, the world hears this interview and, blessings to you for allowing me to come on your platform and share it.
Right.
I really believe that they'll be intrigued and they'll see why I said some of the things, why I feel the way I feel. And since, like, I guess sometimes interviews only give you a certain perspective, like the clubhouses,
Right.
I believe speaking through my music will speak volumes to people and they'll be able to understand, like, oh, wow, this is why he said what he said. This is why he's delivering the message the way he's delivering. I'm just giving you my experience from my past and my present and what I'm trying to do in the future.
Right. Being that you so outspoken, you like to talk about shit. You talk about shit that's going on, right? And
Yeah.
you hear this word thrown around a lot. It's called blackball. You feel me? And
Right.
being that Roddy Rich is already made into the industry, and he's like the artist that got the bread that everybody loves and shit. Do you feel like everything you've been saying might get you in a situation where you might be blackballed?
No,
not even saying Roddy Rich is pushing that agenda, but he's the most compared to you right now. He's more lit than you right now. So you feel me? Everybody want to be on Roddy Rich side right now. So.
Well, yeah, because at the end of the day, he's making a label money.
Right.
But there's plenty of different labels. There's independency. There's the streets. That, like, people fail to realize The streets is real.
Mm.
Like, nigga, if you can get people to still come to your shows and you
Label
sell
won't have no
tickets,
choice.
like at the end of the day, what reason would you have to say other than what? He's a more mature artist. Well, and my understanding is, wouldn't you rather have a mature artist that have been through experiences, that can talk about life, that can give you the perspective, the good, bad, the ugly, still can turn up and party with you and still drop some jewels on you? Like, I would think the industry would be that smart and wise to understand that, versus saying, oh, we're gonna sign some young dumb idiots and just say, let them just destroy themselves, right?
Right.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Blackball is, I think you do some shit to where it's just so heinous, where it's just like you've said some things about these people that's untrue. You've done some acts to people that you shouldn't have done, as far as like these executives, and like I don't even know these people. So for them to try to blackball me, I would feel like that'd be stupid. And like what for what? Like,
You know
but at
that
the end of
situation
the,
happens all the time. Niggas want to be in the whoever's making the money side at the end of the day. Shit.
man, like I said, I got the streets. The street. I love coming. I love the fact that I come from the trenches. I love the fact that I come from the mud. And there's other men and women that share the same understanding as myself.
Right.
And they know, like, bro, ain't no hate. I'm not on no hating shit. Like, bro, if Roddy want to go do whatever he gonna do that.
Right.
He already made them people millions of dollars. So what? Like,
is there a way you and Roddy could resolve the issue too? We didn't even speak on that.
I mean, at the end of the day, all bro got to do is keep it real with himself and just stand on the shit that he said he was gonna do. If he's really for the.
So what would you want Roddy to do? Like, say he watching this interview right now, and he's like, bro, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do for the community. He just don't see it. What's some things that you want him to do? Do you want him to come back and reach out for the other artists you name, like the Ages, the Shooting?
He's gonna do what he chooses to do. But what my thing is this: like I mentioned, those artists do for the artists, come back in the community, open up more programs for the community. He mentioned a few names, and he mentioned the name that he's gotten lawyers for and all of that. Do what you said you did, man. Just do that shit.
Right.
And if you ain't did it, then that just goes to show you where your heart at, bro.
Right.
There's no need to cap. There's no need for the capping and out here announcing you made 20 M's. Yeah, you made the label 20 M's, but what did you get? So we understand the gross of the network. I understand that shit. So I didn't really want to get into all that, but I understand that, bro. So when you start popping it like that and you name dropping and you exaggerating stories, like, bro, just be, at the end of the day, bro, be a man, be real to yourself, tell the truth, look yourself in the mirror and be like, look, man, I didn't really do all that. I popped it. I really don't care about whatever he got going on. He can go do what you're doing because you've been doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Can he come back to the hood though? Like, say if he wants to shoot a video, y'all allow him to come back to the hood, or that's over?
I would say this, bro. He got it. Like I said, it's protocol. He got to take it up with a few big homies. He got to sit down and get some things cleared up. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas got on the internet popping it like, oh yeah, man, I can bring him to the hood tomorrow. That ain't happened. Like, stop it. Right. Like, bro, stop. Like, I ain't see, it's different when I'm in your face. All that capping, nigga don't do none of that, bro.
Right.
So this is my thing. It sound good for the internet until you really got to do that shit. And now niggas looking at you like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Did you do what you said you did? And then niggas like, shit, no, the homie still need a lawyer. Niggas still ain't seen it. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's not hatred, bro. It's facts, my nigga. Right. It's like, why wait this long? Bro, I'm a grown ass man. I got other shit that I'm doing in life. But because people reached out to me and I reached out to them and we shared the same understanding and the same feelings, I reached out to the dude, and that's the reaction that I got because, niggas talking about money and 20 million and all that goofy shit. You ever made $1 million? Come on, my nigga, hell no. I'm trying to touch $1 million.
Right.
Like, come on, bro. Like, the reality of it all, bro. Nigga threw out money when we was talking about real shit. And that's, for me, you got to come back to reality, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't hate the kid. The kid just need better guidance. He need better choices. And, he needs some real big homie conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think that at the end of the day he wasn't really led right in the approach of the shit that he was going through and was being introduced. He didn't get the right leadership behind that. That's just my take on it. I stand on that. I don't give a fuck what nigga feel no other type of way. I don't give a fuck. And that's just how I feel about that. Right. But respectfully, you got to have right leadership behind you doing shit like that.
Right.
And that's just what it is. You got to have the right type of leadership, bro. That's all that is, you know?
Right. Yeah, we about to come to the end of the interview. For me, I kind of feel like we answered all the questions we needed to. I guess I hope people don't see you as a hater, and you just saying like he could do more stuff for the community.
That's all I'm saying, man. And just don't stop the cap. Stop all that rap cap shit. My little homies was hot when niggas said he knocked 2 niggas out and all that goofy shit. Like, come on, bro. We ain't got to don't front for these people because these people don't know me. They don't know me. You feel me?
Right.
Like, stop. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that.
Right.
All these people are open to their own opinion. At the end of the day, if you didn't go through what we went through and you not understanding the politics over here, you cannot say anything. People heard that conversation on Clubhouse was like 6 hours. And
right.
they took a few minutes and people came up with a narrative off of that few minutes, bro. So that should let you know right there, bro. The internet is a motherfucker. And if you ain't get the full story for yourself, it's best that you don't say nothing until you get the full story and sit down like you did and let me elaborate and we get it cleared up on the platform, you know?
Right. Nah, I appreciate you. But let everybody know your social media and stuff like that, bro.
Somebody was calling my phone.
I don't know if your phone died or not, but I was
that was somebody. One of my good friends was calling my phone, man. He was just trying to tap in with me. I apologize for that, man.
That's cool. But just let the people know your social media because we was almost over with the interview anyways.
Okay, for sure, man. Appreciate you. Shout out to everybody that tuned in, man. My social media, Instagram is Yah L700. That's Yah _L700. You know, add me on Instagram, and then I have a Clubhouse. You can just hit me on Clubhouse, Yah L. And I believe it's Yah L700 on there also. But Yah L700 on Instagram and Yah L regular on Clubhouse.
And all right, and shout out BestsPointOfViewTV for the interview too, bro.
Man, hey man, shout out Best Point of View because I gave y'all the best point of view that I could come up with, and that what it was. And I appreciate my mans for bringing me on. Shout out to the Wealthy Club. Shout out to the District Music Group. Shout out to K-Boy, Compton TG, Mike J, all the good dudes that I've worked with, man. Compton AD. Shout out to them dudes, man, and hopefully, man, we can get up again soon, bro.
Right. We gotta keep in touch because I'm all the way in New York. You feel me? So I know you don't know what's going on. Oh yeah,
for sure.
You don't know you barely know what's going on over here. Just like I don't really know what's going on in California like that.
I plan on coming out there, man. I want to feel them New York vibes, bro. I like it's an artist by the name of Papa Don. He a Crip. He from New York.
Yeah, he from New York. I'm from upstate New York. I don't know if you ever heard of Benny the Butcher and them.
Yeah, Benny the Butcher. Yeah.
I'm like an hour away from them. We from like upstate. We from upstate. Where Papa the Don and all the Pop Smoke, they from New York City. That's 6 hours away. We the same state, but I want to say we two different things. Like the way we conversate, the way we maneuver, two different things. But we just both New York State. But
okay, yeah, I've met bro. He came to my projects before too. You know what I'm saying? So
Papa the Don.
Yeah, Papa the Don. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard from he from where Pop Smoking them from, basically that area.
Yeah. Shout out to the Crips out there too. You feel me? So yeah, man.
And shit, we out though. Appreciate you though, bro.
I appreciate you too, King. Salute, man, and have a blessed one, you and your family, too, bro. Man. All right.
Check it. Trials and tribulations, I'm just trying to live my life, hoping I make the right decisions, cause I wanna live it right. I remember nights, no sleep, feeling weaker than 7 days. Now I'm using my clever ways to make sure my songs getting played. But these niggas doubt me, they think I'm not gonna make it. But soon I'm gonna be rich and happy, that girl getting naked. I promise you I'm the best, Supreme Nakshi. I'm on the rise, smoking dope and I'm getting high. Spirit, she floating to the sky. I wonder, is they gon' think I'm a joke because